Callaway, Florida, is a small city in Bay County, located in the Florida Panhandle near the Gulf Coast. It is a suburb of the more well-known Panama City and has a history tied to the region's development, though detailed records of its early years are somewhat limited compared to larger cities. Here's an overview of its history based on available information. The area that would become Callaway was originally inhabited by Native American tribes before European exploration. Archaeological evidence suggests that indigenous peoples lived in the Bay County region for thousands of years, relying on the abundant natural resources of the Gulf Coast and nearby waterways like East Bay. Spanish explorers, including Pánfilo de Narváez and Hernando de Soto, passed through northwest Florida in the 16th century, but no permanent European settlement was established in the immediate Callaway area during this period. The modern history of Callaway begins to take shape in the 19th and early 20th centuries. The region was part of the territory ceded to the United States by Spain in 1819 under the Adams-Onis Treaty, becoming part of the Florida Territory in 1821. Settlement in Bay County remained sparse until the late 19th century, with the economy initially driven by fishing, timber, and small-scale agriculture. Callaway itself emerged as a distinct community in the early 20th century, named after a local sawmill owner, reflecting the importance of the lumber industry to the area's early economy. Callaway was first incorporated as a city in 1936, with Albert Reese Patterson, Sr., serving as its inaugural mayor for an impressive 23 years. This initial incorporation suggests the community had grown enough to establish local governance, likely spurred by the economic activity around Panama City and the development of infrastructure in the region. However, this incorporation eventually lapsed and was deemed inactive, possibly due to administrative or population challenges. It wasn't until 1959 that Callaway's incorporation was reinstated, marking the beginning of its modern municipal history. The city's development was influenced by its proximity to Panama City and the military presence in the area, notably Tyndall Air Force Base, established in the 1940s. While Callaway remained primarily a residential and agricultural community, the growth of Panama City as a commercial and tourist hub brought gradual change. The construction of schools, churches, and community spaces reflected Callaway's evolution into a family-oriented suburb. One notable example is the Callaway Schoolhouse, built in 1911, 2 years before Bay County was officially created in 1913. Spearheaded by Hatina Eddie Fox, who championed education, and built on land donated by Ella Callaway Carlisle, the school served as a community hub until its closure in 1936. It was later preserved by the Callaway Historical Society and relocated to John B. Gore Park in 1984. A quirky footnote in Callaway's history occurred in April 1987, when it gained brief national attention as the site of the first arrest for selling an explicit album to a minor. A music store clerk was charged with a third-degree felony for selling the 2 Live Crew Is What We Are, though the clerk was ultimately acquitted. This incident highlights Callaway's place in the broader cultural shifts of the late 20th century. Over the decades, Callaway has maintained a suburban character, with a population that grew to 14,233 by the 2000 census and slightly declined to 13,045 by 2020. Its economy has diversified, with residents working in retail, healthcare, and service industries, often commuting to nearby Panama City. The city has also faced challenges from natural disasters, including hurricanes, which are a recurring threat in the Panhandle. Despite these, Callaway has preserved a sense of community, evident in landmarks like Veterans Park, established in 1994 to honor military service members, and the efforts of the Callaway Historical Society to maintain its heritage. In summary, Callaway's history reflects a gradual transition from a Native American inhabited region to a small, industrious community shaped by lumber, agriculture, and its ties to Panama City. Its incorporation struggles, educational milestones, and cultural moments paint a picture of a resilient, modest city that has grown alongside the broader development of Florida's Gulf Coast.